a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Natsai Onai.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But
Harus
I
harus
am
sering sih kalau kayak gini sih.
confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone?
Gua nih yang dipilih.
I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands.
Ini Asio ya.
Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Akio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential.
Siap.
But remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Oh, halo Hilmi.
I've always found that fun
Aduh,
goes
agak
hand in hand with
patah-patah
mastery,
nih.
as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree.
Habis loading soalnya.
So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Apa nih?
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Main bola anjir.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres. Accio. Relinquish your charm. Excellent control there. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, splendid!
Weh, pas banget di biru, cok.
Very good.
Easy lemon squeezy. Easy.
Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Ah, coba. Duluan deh lo.
Bisa. That is how it's done.
Akio.
50.
Excellent.
Here we go.
Oke, boleh.
Do not think I will start going easy on you now. I will get you back for that. Watch this. There we go.
Ini udah pasti menang gua lah. Udah pasti menang gua lah. Easy lemon squeezy anjing.
Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Lah, kok balik lagi?
That is how it's done.
Accio.
That's it.
Easy lah. Easy lah.
Here we go.
Oh, dia mau jahat. Jatuh.
Oh no.
Accio.
Two perfect rounds. You're a natural.
Easy lah.
Dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world.
Ooh.
So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all.
Bisa ke
And
sana
then
nggak ya?
it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
Oh.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronen wants to talk to you. Better not keep him
Kita
waiting.
mau ngobrol sama Profesor
Until next
Ronen.
time.
Of course.
Mana Profesor? Ayo kita ngobrol dulu.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Apa nih?
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember. Levioso. Now, well done. Well done.
Levioso.
Well done. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be
Levioso!
lucky. Nothing lucky about it.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner. There you go.
Case things. Levioso.
I do enjoy life duels.
Easy banget. Dari RP jadi Hogwarts, ya kan tetap koceng.
You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot. and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall
Kita belum berantem lawan ini. Masih belajar dulu kita.
That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
If you know...
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice.
Untuk sekolah lagi betul.
An expert.
Balik-balik bisa sulap dia.
A new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now.
Jadi jahat kita.
Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned. We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Luke kan Brattleby.
Till next time.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio.
Wah, kaget gua anjing.
Oh, not again.
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim. As long as we're only one time per week, I can plunge the boys' lavatory, not for the meek.
Please, Peeves, you'll make me late.
He tried to
Peeves.
stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. To draw up a contract with her, not with him. If I behaved, I'd have one weekly...
Don't do that.
Whee!
That's not necessary.
Whee!
I'll get you for this.
Sumpah.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you could duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Let's go.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
Iya, nggak mungkin ini ceritanya pasti panjang berhari-hari.
will make you regret signing up.
Potato! Stupid one.
Expulso!
You're better than that!
Act like a winner!
Levioso. Accio.
Find the one! Levioso! Expulso!
That my wager.
Expulso!
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Accio.
Oh.
That looks painful. Care to try another round?
Yes, don't count me out yet.
Brilliant!
Ulang.
Levioso. Potato. Stupid one. Levioso. Come on.
Expulso!
Stupid one. Stupid one.
Expulso!
Potato.
Expulso!
Levioso. Accio.
Levioso away now.
Lumos. Sendo. Glad I didn't bet on that round.
Nice work. Sebastian was
Nah.
you.
Salah gua.
Competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organize these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Ones victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
I'm convinced the bin's called.
There's something in there. I just know.
I really have made a mess of things.
Kenapa nih?
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars. But he knows a
Amit.
good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Oh, ini jatuhnya collection quest gitu ya? Oh.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Accio! Got it. Only 4 more to go.
bener-bener
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
nggak bisa langsung lompat, guys. Masih ada buku terbang-terbangan lagi? Nggak ada kan? Itu dia.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Unless you want your classmates to know how you really feel about them, you might reward me for my time.
Oh, you're not at all who I thought you to be.
I wouldn't do that to you, Cressida. Only trying to teach you to be a little more careful.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin.
What am I missing?
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Ah, iya nih.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Diapain nih, guys?
Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating.
Revelio.
Mystery.
Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
The other girls and I were up all night.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it? Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
Oh.
If I transfer
Ha! I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Sharp didn't think much of it at all.
Anjir, keren banget.
Your homework.
How do you know?
He wrote on it.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Meat, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth!
Cobalt Regalia. Main quest dulu kita, coy. Apa ini?
Revelio.
Wyvern Fountain. Alah kucing.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors
30 jam kalau story doang. Bisa 100 jam kalau ngelarin sama side quest.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Siapa nih? Nettie atau Sebastian nih, guys? Sebastian si Slytherin juga kan?
I'd like to
Sebastian
go
deh.
with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Wah, butterbeer sih enak banget sih, guys.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an
Tapi
eye.
kadang FPS-nya drop gitu loh gara-gara nggak tahu ya gue ya.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Collect the flying paste near the broken state too.
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
Might some kind soul help me?
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no
Kenapa?
reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstones.
Ya iyalah.
It's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented fifth year to help me.
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your gobstones down from their hiding spots?
If I knew that, I'd get them myself. Whoever hid my gobstones that high got up there somehow.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again.
Collectionnya nggak ini ya?
Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Got it.
I trust the preliminary task.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Belajar lagi kita.
Your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good.
Reparo.
If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Accio! Well, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
Ini nggak susah sih ya, jatuhnya ya. Oh, ini emaknya si Onai-Onai itu.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Accio!
You can't imagine how inconvenient
Revelio. I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Oh, ini Ravenclaw. Keren banget dah.
Accio!
I've always said that travel broadens the...
Ini sekaligus kita buka-buka ininya nih.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Revelio.
Goblet of the Fire.
Accio.
Mirabelle.
Revelio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Accio! That's the last of Zenobia's gobstones. I should go and see her.
Story-nya banyak gak, Son? Kalau lu ngeras story 30 jam. Kalau lu sama yang lain-lainnya bisa sampai 100 jaman. Lock. Keren banget, tapi dunianya sih keren sih. Kerasa hidup sih. Untuk sekarang. Masih belum bosan lah maksudnya.
Had more luck than I did tracking down my gobstones.
Hello, Zenobia. I found all your gobstones.
Really? I didn't think it was possible. However did you do it?
Common sense and basic
11
logic.
12 lah sama RDR 2. Tapi RDR 2 kan 60
May I have
sampai
my gobstones back?
150 jam ya, tergantung ya.
Of course, they are yours after all.
Oh, how wonderful. I shall dedicate all of my future victories to you. Speaking of which, now that I have all my gobstones back, I wonder if anyone in the common room would be up for a game.
That's a horrible idea. No one wants to get that awful stench all over them again.
Why not? Gobstones are splendid fun, and now everyone knows the rules. Very well, off I go. Wish me luck.
Tapi kalau lu demen yang RPG sih, gas sih, Lok. Kerasa Harry Potter banget ya. Iya, aksen British. Rata-rata aksen British. Kita mau keluar nih. Akhirnya kita bisa menjajah di luar dari Dia nyanyi. Lucu banget.
Revelio.
Enggak.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we?
Banyak banget, Lok. Lu bayangin, main missionnya itu katanya kalau lu ngerasa aja 30 jam. Kalau lu main sama side missionnya jadi 100 jam.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I.
Tapi kalau lu mau beli yang sekarang lu harus beli yang deluxe, Lok, baru bisa main, Lok.
The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you.
Kalau lu beli yang 700 lu tanggal 11 baru bisa main. Harus yang deluxe kalau lu mau main sekarang. 70 giga gamenya.
Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded. Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade saved me.
Oh, gak bisa.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side? What's going on?
See for yourself.
Buset,
Quite a
Griffin
sight.
anjir.
You certainly don't see that every day.
You think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Hippogriff.
Absolutely.
Likely already made.
Luas banget.
I've always thought that.
Nih kalau lu mau lihat mapnya nih. Ini Hogwarts. Ini kita masih bisa ke bawah. Tuh. Woo. Tuh. Gede.
A bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
Doing Slytherin too.
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts.
Hogsmeade. Kotanya nih guys.
Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place. I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame. So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yes. Dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Let's meet up in the town circle when you're finished. Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
Side shop and field gap map. Woo! Ini dulu deh. Yang dekat.
An inquiring mind.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda's student.
Thomas Brown.
Soon. I am the proprietor here. Thomas Brown. I take it you've had a conjuring lesson then?
I'm afraid I haven't yet, sir.
Ah, but you will soon enough. It is magic at its purest, creating something out of nothing. Of course, it is not without complexity, but that is where my spellcrafts come in. Stay the course, and you could soon impress even Professor Weasley.
That's certainly something to aspire to, Mr. Brown. I look forward to that day.
And I, too, see in it. Spellcrafts are incredibly useful for conjuring unique items like custom pieces of furniture or decoration. But I shall let Professor Weasley do the teaching. For now, let's get the spellcrafts you need. A potting table and a potion station, yes?
I believe so, sir.
Good. Nothing like being able to grow your own ingredients and brew what you want when you want. Let's have a look. Let's look at what we have, shall we?
Oh, beast feeder, beast toy box, material refiner.
If you're interested, feel free to take a look around at the rest of my inventory.
Halo kucing. Sumpah ini dunianya sih berasa hidup banget sih. Banyak orang. Tapi kita lihat aja aktivitasnya kayak gimana nih orang-orang ini. J. Pippin's Potion.
Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
Are potions really that versatile?
They may not be as showy as spellwork, but make no mistake, they are just as powerful. They can heal, destroy, protect. You'll discover all of this soon enough. As it's your first time in, I should mention that it's not just potion recipes I sell.
Oh, ingredientsnya dia juga jual.
Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory.
Anjir, mahal
Or
banget.
come back another time if you're in a rush today.
Merlin, blooming beard, not again. I'll be right with... Ah, it's you.
Ollivander.
Just a moment, please.
Ini yang jualan one nih.
Hello, sir. I'm looking for...
For a new wand, yes. It's about time.
Yes, About time.
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. Now, come with me. Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No, not you. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try. Well, go ahead, swish. How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it. Oh dear. Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it?
Ya bukan
we'll
dong.
find you something, not to worry. No, not you. Perhaps. Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try. Oh, goodness. Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated. How perplexing.
Harus custom kah?
Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are. Yes, I think you might be the one. Here, take it. How intriguing. How intriguing. Curious indeed. What do you think? Extraordinary. Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future.
Gokil.
Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. A wand with a dragon heartstring core is capable of dazzling magic. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again if ever I can be of further assistance.